Hi, this is Affairs MI follow along video lesson number 2. Please make sure you are comfortable with lesson number 1. First, go to your plan control, list of areas and buildings, and go down to the beginner lesson midway map example. Just as a refresher, press your control key and roll your mouse wheel to zoom in and out, and then hold down the right mouse button to pan around. As you pan around, you'll see that this outdoor map is already preloaded with several types of fairground objects that you can move around, edit the size, or replace with another object. But for lesson 2, we're going to add to what we learned in lesson 1 to reproduce this 10 by 10 vendor booth layout, the performance seating outline with the stage, and the barrier fence. So go back to your plan control and click the All Grounds map. Hold down your control key, roll your mouse wheel to zoom in, and then right-click and drag your mouse to pan until your view is similar to what you see here. Now go to your pod control tool and change those settings to match the settings input here. 10 booths in a row, 1 aisle, 30-foot aisle widths, and your orientation, horizontal aisles with a sequential numbering. Just leave the other settings as they are. Below the pod tool settings are 4 black squares. That's a symbol for pods. Drag that icon onto your map to create a pod layout. Click on any booth in the pod until there are a set of blue dots around only that booth, and then click your delete key. To delete a group of objects, use your mouse to drag a window around that bottom row of booths, and then click your delete key. Here's a great trick. Drag a window around the remaining row of booths. Then right-click your mouse. Look for and click Group in the list. Then click outside the booth and then click anywhere within that group. You'll see now there's a rotation tool to rotate the entire row to fit the angled edge of the lawn. It's a good practice to right-click that group of 10 by 10s and then click Ungroup. We learned in lesson 1 that we build our fair layout by using existing objects and make copies with the edits needed. So click on a single booth, and then with the booth control tool, change the booth number to the word seating, and change the size and set the rotation to 0. Click New to make a copy with those changes. If you clicked OK, it will change the booth you clicked originally. Now drag the seating area into a position of your choice, and we'll convert it to just an outline with red dashed lines and resized white text. The tool panel is on the right for customizations. First, we will choose the Text tab to adjust the text size. Then we choose the Style tab to uncheck background and change the outline color to red and the solid line to a dashed line. The black text is not enough contrast, so we'll go back to text and change it to white. If the outline is not thick enough, we can adjust that. Now let's go ahead and click any object to make a copy as the stage, changing the label, resizing, and then of course clicking New again. For this performance stage, we're going to substitute an icon of a band shell. It's important to note icons start from a specific orientation, so sometimes readjusting the rotation of the object is required to make it appear the way it should. But first, with that stage rectangle selected, go to the Icons Object tool, locate the icon for the band shell, hold down your Shift key and click the icon of the band shell to make it convert over to your rectangle. And as a good example, I guessed incorrectly which way to make the height and width. You can see here the band shell needs to be rotated 90 degrees. There is a button on your text customization panel that will now allow your text to turn 90 degrees to present itself correctly. Draw each end of the line, called a node, one at a time to generally where the line will start and end. You don't have to draw multiple lines if the boundary is continuous. Just click in the middle of the line to get a new node to appear and move it into place. And just keep clicking the middle of the lines to form the shape of the boundary you want. You can adjust the boundary's line color, width, and type of line just like you did with the performance area outline. Well, that's it for beginner lesson 2. Let us know if you want lesson 3. If you have any difficulties at all, call us or email and we'll be more than happy to go over this with you. Thanks so much.